his dad and asked, "What is his name?" I said, "Even there."
Yes, a little bit. What was your can you come back at it? Like I wanted to say class and they found I'm not sure.
Like the big
even if you have side effects, if you like this medicine, then so they just come to medicine, but in the right ING and I already had an my chances were similar. Surgery. If you like see something, So why not?
Okay, friends, so welcome to the session of Vihangam meditation workshop. This session is going to give you a hint about what the science of meditation is all about. Okay? And we are going to go through two experimentations. There will be some experiments that we'll perform with all of you, and then we'll know much more from none other than the person who is born in the lineage of yogi, the one who is leading from front all the social initiative of the Yoga in collaboration with United Nations, UN Habitat, and EcoSolve. This person is of my age, but I would say that maybe I'll take millions of births to reach the level of experience, the thorough experience, the inner experience that he has already obtained. And the proof of that is that he is born in that lineage, right? That itself says that he is a called yogi. He is not born just like that, he is a called yogi. He is none other than our son Namaji. And we are from the organization called Vihangam Yoga. For those that are the Vihangam Yoga. The Vihangam Yoga has been founded by Sadhguru Swami. He founded this organization in 1924 by reviving the eternal technique of meditation. This is founded in 1924, spread in more than 35 nations, practiced by millions of devotees across the nations. Cutting it short, I would request you all to pay very close attention. Shut down your devices, but open your all the sensory organs. Okay. I would cut short and would like to get you started with the experimentations. For that, I invite Mr. Galmani. Galmani ji is from a very premium institute from India called IIT, VHU, and he has done a computer science engineering there. He has been in US for more than 10 years, and he has got tremendous experience dealing with people, working with people, helping them through various elements by his expertise in yoga and meditation. He has got wonderful set of experiments that he and me together will get you through. Okay? So welcome, Mr. Lavik. Yes, round of applause.
Yeah. Actually, he is also equally talented. He is just so humble. He is also from IIT. It's nothing wonder about it. But yes, this Vihangam yoga meditation technique, deals with controlling the mind itself. And when we talk about controlling the mind, which normally almost all meditation talks about the same, but the point that we wanted to emphasize is that if you are trying to control something, then you need to know about that entity, right? So, for example, I have 2 kids. If I ask you that, okay, my kid is disturbing me a lot, can you please, control my kid? Then your first question would be, where is your kid, right? If you don't know, my kid could be in India, it could be in Australia or any other countries, and you'll be trying to control it. Of course, you cannot control that way, right? So same way when we talk about controlling the mind, then we need to know what is mind. Is it my thought? Is it my brain? Or is it my breath? Or what it is, right? So we will, talk more about it, and to learn about mind in a better way. We have 3 set of experiments, and I would request you all to just follow my directions and try to do with the best of your knowledge whatever you can. Okay. During the experiments, it might be that some of the steps you might not understand what to do, how to do. And in that case, again, I would say just use your best knowledge. And there's nothing doing wrong or right. We are here to learn about mind. Right? So you are all ready? Right? Okay. So let's start the very first experiment. In this experiment, I would request all to lift your left hand. Raise your left hand. Thank you. Bring it down. Now touch your nose. Touch your nose. Yeah, bring it down. Thank you. Now control your mind. Okay. All right. Thank you. So this was end of first experiment. You would explain?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Dharmaji. So this is very simple experiment, but very informative. Actually, very informative. See, you are very sure about the location of your left arm. You could raise it easily, right? He asked you to touch your nose. You were equally confident that this is my nose. I can touch it right away. But the moment he said, now control your mind, were you equally confident about it as you were about your left arm and the nose? Maybe not. Maybe he would be, Mr. Raghavji, but most of us, maybe not. Right? Okay. So that is the idea. That is fundamental of meditation. When you sit for meditation, it's not about groping in the darkness. Meditation is not about just closing your eyes and then do something that you don't know about. No, it's not like that. It's a science. And every science has some building blocks, some foundation. So is in this practice of meditation as well. So the very first basic question that now you should have in you through this experiment, as you understood, that if you need to control the mind, you need to be equally confident about its location as you were about your left hand and about your nose. Understand? So if you know where the mind is, then it is easy for you to control it. Right? As he explained about his kid, if you want to control his kid, you wanted to know where his kid is located. Right? Good, very good. So that message is conveyed very clearly, I hope so. Okay. Now let's welcome him again for the second experiment. Again, very interesting.
So in this experiment, normally before doing this, as a child, I remember that when you were a child going to school, my mom used to tell me, my dad used to tell me, "Man laga ke padho," focus on the study, try to, be very have a concentration, while studying. So the focus, attention is very important, right? And when we talk about the focus, it's more about, okay, you are dealing again with the mind, but okay, when you are reading a book, you are fully focused, your mind is on, while reading the book and not going anywhere else, right? So it's a similar kind of experiment. What I would suggest is try all of you to focus on this speaker. Try to focus on this speaker so that you are not, thinking about anything else. Right now, just focus on this speaker. Now let's try to focus on that speaker. Your focus should be completely on that speaker. Let's try to come back again and try to focus on this speaker again. All right. That was the end of second experiment.
So again, this one is again the answer to what you were looking for maybe in the first experiment. Right? In the first experiment, you were very sure about your location of arms and your nose, but when he asked you to control your mind, you were a little puzzled. Maybe you used your own way of doing it. But the God has given every one of us the similar, design of this body, right? So our body works almost in similar fashion. So God has also given us some of the organs that we use unconsciously to navigate our mind. Did we not do that today, just now, in this second experiment? When he said that focus your mind on this speaker, what organ of your body did you use? Eyes, right? But in the first experiment, when he asked you to control your mind, I saw that some of you just shut this organ off, right, by closing it. Whereas here, when you say focus your mind, you open it, right? And you use the power of this eyes to focus at the said object, right? And then he asked you to navigate from here to the other object. Again, what organ of your body did you use to navigate your mind from one object to the other object? You use your eyes, right? Very clear. That means when you are awake, as you are right now, I hope so. When you are awake, you use the power of your eyes to be able to navigate, to be able to bring your mind at any desired point, right? So eyes have tremendous power. Mind works mostly with your eyes when you are awake, and that is the reason why naturally, when you wanted to navigate your mind from left to right, from right to left, you use your eyes. Your eyes is closely working with your mind. And this shows, this experiment shows that. That's why you use your eyes. Did you use this inherent quality that God has given you for controlling the mind when he asked you to do that in the first experiment? Maybe not all of us. right? Maybe we are not aware of this power that we all have. Now you know that the mind has a location when you are awake. That was known by the first experiment, that mind has a location when you are awake. You just don't know where it is located. And that is the reason you don't know where to control the mind. Second experiment says that mind can be controlled with your eyes. But where to control it? Control it right where it is located, so that you don't give it a chance to move anywhere else, and you just control it. So these two experiments are very informative for building the fundamentals of how to begin your meditation practice. Right? What are the fundamentals that you must be very aware of before you choose which meditation will work for you, which will not work for you. Okay? Now let's go for the final. We have a set of more experiments, but respecting the time and giving more time to our main guest, we'll rather cut short with just one final experiment. Okay, we pay close attention now. This is final and very informative. And here is what you don't have a chance to ask question if you don't understand, because that is a secret. Okay? So let's go to Sir.
Yeah, that's correct. So in this experiment, the last experiment, there will be certain part which you might not understand completely, but that doesn't matter. So in this experiment, what we'll do is that again, we'll try to focus on certain object. So we'll start with focusing on some object that is in front of us. We can see it through eyes. So maybe I would say, okay, let's start again with this speaker. Let's start focusing on this speaker. Our focus would be completely on this. We are not thinking about anything else. Completely focused on the speaker. Now let's try to focus on something which is not here. So let's try to focus on the object like Statue of Liberty in New York. I'm sure you must have seen Statue of Liberty. So let's try to focus completely on Statue of Liberty in New York. Of course, when you start focusing, you will be clearly seeing where it is located, how big it is, what color it is, what is the shape, size. So your focus is completely on Statue of Liberty in New York. Let's try to focus completely on Statue of Liberty in New York. Now let's try to focus on another object. There is another Statue of Liberty that is being built in Washington, D.C. So let's try to focus on Statue of Liberty in Washington, D.C. Where it is located, what color it is, what shape it is, size it is. Let's focus completely on Statue of Liberty in Washington, D.C. Now let's try to focus on Patawatoli. Let's try to focus on Patawatoli. Your complete focus should be on Patawatoli. Okay, thank you very much. This is the end of the last experiment.
And this one is really interesting, very interesting. See, when he said that, focus your mind at the object which is in front of you. Now you knew the technique, so what you did, you just focused your eyes right there, and you were right at that object. When he said now focus your mind at the Statue of Liberty, which is in New York. You all must have been to that place, you have seen it before, so you were able to get your mind there, right? And you were visualizing how it is looking and everything. Then he said, focus your mind at the Statue of Liberty getting built in Washington, D.C. Now, do you know which street it is getting built? So, actually, nobody is building there, but you guys definitely built it. in your mind. I am sure. You guys built it. You chose whatever place you know in Washington, D.C. And then you took New York Statue of Liberty and just placed it right at that place of your choice that you like, right? In Washington, D.C. So you had the raw material ready. You had Washington, D.C. ready because you have been to that place, because with open eyes you have seen that place, because in this life you have experienced that place. And then you have also experienced Statue of Liberty, which is in New York. So what you did, you put both things together and you became the great architect. You made Statue of Liberty in Washington, D.C., right? But what happened when he said, focus on Patwachari? Were you very equally efficient in architecting as you were building Statue of Liberty in Washington, D.C.? Maybe not, right? Were you equally efficient in focusing your mind as you were focusing right here at this? Maybe not. Why not? Because Patwacholi you have never been to. You have not seen what it is. Is it a fruit? Is it a planet? What is it? You didn't know. That's why you were clueless. This says, oh, by the way, Patwacholi is a place where we both are born. That place. Okay, so that's the name of a village, and we both are born there. Okay. Now, that says the limitation of your mind. That says the great limitation of your mind, that your mind can take you only to the things that you have already experienced before. It cannot generate you a new experience. Even though whatever experience you are generating, for example, building New York Statue of Liberty in Washington, D.C., you are actually not generating anything new, but you are just compiling things that you have already experienced before, putting it together. You are building blocks. You're just putting things together and giving it a new shape. But actually, if you look at the fundamental blocks of the shape you built, that is again from the things that you have already experienced. So it says the limitation of mind. It says that mind cannot take you to the things, to the object, and to the experience that you have never been to. So meditation is all about giving you that new dimension, which your mind also cannot take you to, right? You just experience, your mind was baffled, didn't know what to do about what because you've never been to that. So meditation is about opening up that new dimension in which you have never been to in this life, but yet reach to that level. Now obviously, the practice of meditation then has to be something which would not be dependent on the limitation of mind. Because if it is confined within the limitation of mind, within the limitation of our organs, then you would again remain in the periphery of what you have already experienced. You cannot go beyond. Right? So what is beyond our sensory organs? What is something that we have never been to? And how meditation can take us over there? I think this is the right point when we should welcome our great yogi here, Sant Nand. Let's give a round of applause.
How are you today? Any questions you have regarding the presentation? Right, well presented, Lalji and yes, very nice. I think I should give a round of applause. Very nice. Any questions you have? Any question in your mind? or any questions being generated as I ask you.
When you say that meditation gives you the power of imagining what you have not been to or what you've not experienced, how is it like actually, how does it actually work? So, are you trying to say that you'll be able to imagine a place where you've not been to, or we'll be able to, I don't know, make some our own interpretation of it in our mind?
Questions?
Okay, here's one more question. Yeah, maybe it might be a simple question, but is it possible to meditate with our eyes kept open and being aware of our surroundings? And how is it possible to concentrate and harness the power of mind if we are keeping our eyes open?
Okay, let's start with looking exercise. Okay. To start with the exercise. Can we immediately continue without lights on?
Bring it down, all the way down. No.
All right. Okay. We'll start with the breathing exercise and then we'll talk more about meditation. First of all, just keep your focus on where you are, where you are sitting. May I ask all of you to close your eyes maybe for a while? Take off the glasses if you can. Just be present to yourself. There are a number of images coming in your mind right now. And as I say it, in fact, the moment you are in word, those things start coming in. It's very natural. So the moment you utter any word of any specific object, that starts coming and springing. Once you are aware that you have an image coming in, or any object specific coming in, you become conscious of it. So the idea is not to have any object in our mind, but when you say it more and more, it often creates even more. In fact, our mind takes us away, far away, and we certainly want to open our eyes right now because we are habituated to seeing things and perceiving it. And that perception, what we see through our eyes, becomes a reality. That's why in the exemplary work that has just been performed, you cannot see things which you have not seen with your eyes or you have not experienced it. Because there is a thought process, there is a perception that is created along with the sensory organs which you experience through our senses, like seeing it, touching it. That's why when we say that, have you ever been to Patoli? Because you cannot imagine a Patoli. But if any Toli that you have heard of, that will come in your mind. If not that, if not Patoli. Because mind is connected with words, and words are connected with our sense organs. So the moment you say any word based on the perception, that things comes up. Your mind generates that object right there and then. So we'll start the breathing exercise right now. You take a deep breath. Hold it as long as you can and breathe out. Breathe out, breathe out breath again. And breathe it out. Breathe out, breathe. Focus on your breath. How your legs are down on the floor. How your hands are placed. Just observe your body, how you are seated, and focus on your breath. As you breathe, you consciously know that you're breathing in. As you breathe out, you consciously know that you're breathing out. Just breathe normally. Take a long, deep breath in and hold it as long as you can. Completely focusing on the breath and breathe out. It calms our senses, it calms our body. This time when we breathe, we take a deep long breath, and as we breathe out, we chant Om, if you are comfortable. Take a deep long breath. And as we breathe out, we chant Om. Okay. breathe normally. You are able to focus your mind on the sounds. Because you are making it. So, whatever you can to your sense organs, you can because you can put your focus on it using your sense organs. Just like you made the sound O, you can focus on it. Or if for that matter, if it would have been any other word apart from O, you would have been equally be able to keep your complete focus on it because you can make the sound. So any other name apart from or any other holy name is equally important or respected and honored. But the reason why you are able to keep your focus on it because you are able to make the sound. But it would not be possible for you to make the own sound entirely and keep your focus or any other sound because you are engaged in different activities. So how to keep your mind focused on the things that you must and that you should for you to enable to do better things in life or become a better performer at what you're doing. This is the right approach. So if you are studying here, how to become more conscious of your studies and how to become better performer, better student. So here, this is where meditation works. So meditation is about bringing closer to your own self. It is not something outside of you. It is not something out of this hall or anything extraordinary. It is very simple. It is very humble, in fact. The science of Vihangam yoga, which originated ever since the evolution of humanity itself. The reference of the meditation of Vihangam yoga has been mentioned in all Vedas, in all scriptures, be in the Holy Bible, be the light, or in our Vedas. It has always been a beacon of light for spiritual masters and those who aspire to do something extraordinary in life. So we'll start a meditation practice of Vihangam yoga, the first stage of Vihangam yoga. Then we will have a bit of discourse or question and answers of the question which were asked to be answered. So with the limited time that we have, we'll start meditation practice right away. You can open your eyes for a while. So as you see that you are able to put your focus on the things that you know, as the gentleman described it. But Brahma Vidya Vihangam yoga, the science of meditation,